Welcome to Bartenders Meet Beekeepers, where we introduce pro bartenders to fascinating beekeepers in cities across the country.
You're in beautiful Miami, Florida.
I'm your host, Jade from License to Distill, and we've come to beautiful Miami, Florida to hang out with the bees, to get some education from a really cool beekeeper, and to have some local bartenders shake us up some outstanding cocktails using fresh Florida honey.
Bar Hill has always been my easiest sell, even for the non-gin drinker.
Bar Hill is a craft distillery here in Montpelier, Vermont, focused on supporting pollinators and creating wonderful craft spirits.
Little ways away from the high rises and all the buildings, out here in this natural environment with our beekeeper, Nick, AKA the native guy. He's gonna introduce us to his hive, and we're gonna taste some of his honey.
Everybody give me one more tap on the mic.
My name is Nicholas Bofill, and I am the native guy. I'm a local beekeeper. We've been trying to spread the awareness of the honeybee, but at the same time, flavorful honey cocktails to the bar by bringing in pollination services, but we can't forget delivering delicious honey.
Why do we need to bring awareness to the honeybees?
Why do you need to eat? Why do you need a drink? 1 out of every 3 bites you even take of food has been cross-pollinated at some point by a honeybee.
It's so easy to think about, the lineage of the food on your plate. We're so, as humans and as Americans, we're so connected to, farming as it relates to food, but, farming is every part of food and drink. And when we, order a plate for dinner or we cook food for our friends, we're thinking about where do these materials come from? Where do these, crops, where are they harvested? How are they harvested? It's crucial that when we order that drink, we're thinking about the same thing. We're asking the same question.
Today we brought with us 3 local bartenders.
Hi, my name is Angel. I've been a bartender here in Fort Lauderdale for about 5 years now.
How's it going? My name is Anthony Orozco. I'm a bartender at Unibee Eatery and Spirits in Pembroke Pines.
My name is Johnny Knoxville, and welcome to Jackass. Hi, my name is Jade. I'm a bartender at No Man's Land in Fort Lauderdale.
Nick's gonna teach him about beekeeping, about bees, teach him a little bit about the honey that he harvests, and ultimately they're gonna use that honey to make us some cocktails.
We're actually between Redland and Homestead. It's the heart of agriculture down here in Miami. Florida ranks number 1 for having over 600,000 working colonies, helping 33 states in cross-pollination services. So if we get our communities together and we do these community beehives around town, we'll create not only free food for each other, but color and happiness, because it's not only about the honey. We could talk about the beeswax, how it's a natural air purifier if you made your own candles with it, or it seals pretty much anything. I've used plastic to stop stoppers. Look, this is under the sun, it's seeping out, right? The only thing that's gonna control that is beeswax. Beeswax on surfboards, skateboards, you name it, bicyclists. Bar Hill Gin. We're starting to dip bicycle chains in beeswax instead of people applying normal lubricant in it, because it's not going to pick up that much dirt like lubricant would. There's pollen. Pollen, that's free antioxidants, minerals, and vitamins taken in a spoon every day if you want it, because it's there. Propolis, something that's never spoken about. Propolis is a resin-like substance that the bee creates to cover little holes that are in the hive. When we get into the hive, I'll show you guys. And then there's royal jelly. You guys know what royal jelly is? The craziest thing that the Kardashians love, Botox, right? Oh, this is natural, baby. All you gotta do is wipe it and puff it up, and you're good to go. There's so many benefits out of this beehive box that people don't realize. If we just start creating conversations behind the bar, I appreciate you guys very much, because you're doing your part. And guess what? You're scared of bees? Not a problem. Leave a dish of water outside your house so they could drink some water. That's all you have to do. It's really all you have to do. Y'all have ever been around the pool and seen bees around on the edge of the border? It's not because they want to go and swim with you guys. They don't care what you're doing. They just need some water to continue their route. Let's go through the honey. Our Brazilian pepper, also known Florida holly. But it comes from an invasive species plant that Florida right now is fighting to control. But it serves its purpose like everything in life. It's the last bloom in Florida for the honeybee. Our signature, what makes Florida our orange blossom honey. We get this from Central Florida in the Fort Meade area just because of the flavor profile that comes out of the citrus blooms. The Jade Invader is our Melaleuca honey. Our Everglades. Everglades is important to us down here. It's our water that we drink from. But Melaleuca is one of the many invasive species taking over the Everglades, and it's everywhere. So we wanted to shed some light so that people are aware of that and continue to bring awareness to it. It's also magnificent on pizza. Let's get you guys suited up. I'm gonna try to go non-suited. Another normal day in the office. You see how their butts are moving? That's how they're communicating with each other. Their way of dancing is a form of communication amongst each other. Right now, they're obviously saying, hey, we got some visitors. Who knows what's happening? No one knows. Okay, well, let's inspect them. The bees that you see us flying around us right now are the ones that are gonna check us out to make sure we're not here to harm them. So check out the larva that's in there. That's the white in there. Those are future bees that are getting fed. So right now, these are all nursing bees taking care of the future of this colony. So that's what you're seeing. Now the orange and yellow are pollen packed into these cells that eventually get copped over. But what you see that is white and like a little worm looking, that's larvae. That's the actual honeybee. How freaking intelligent is this? Dude, us men, we suck, dude. These are all females.
Yeah.
Well, there's more life for females than males in this world. You don't want to over smoke your hive. It's not good.
Is it similar to over smoking a cocktail?
Yeah, dude, you screwed up on a cocktail when you over smoked it. Today, we've done well over about 700-800 gallons of honey. Every honey is different. It has an opportunity to really enhance the flavors in a cocktail.
You know, honey is, it's got an amazing body, it's got an amazing texture, it's loaded with botanical influence. You know, bees are out there literally scratching the earth of all of the terroir and flavor, right? They're collecting nectar, you know, they're collecting pollen, they're bringing that all back to the hive.
Do you see the hive?
You don't create a cocktail because it's you know, another penicillin or another Manhattan. No, you do it because you created it. You picked the ingredients and you made it with your touch.
When you give me shockwaves,
We're at Yamas in Fort Lauderdale, where our 3 bartenders are gonna make us some cocktails using that honey that they got yesterday from the native guy, and of course, Bar Hill Gin. Scale of 1 to 10, what was your fear level of bees before yesterday? So like you walk out your front door and there's a swarm of bees, what would you
Oh, I'm
have done?
freaking out. So maybe a 10.
After yesterday,
Well, my fear level now is like a 2. They just want to smell you and hang out with you. You know what I mean? Hi, my name is Jade. I'm a bartender at No Man's Land in Fort Lauderdale. My drink is made from Bar Hill Gin, a little bit of blueberry orange blossom honey, which I got from the native guy. I macerated blueberries, some celery juice, and lemon. Topped off with tonic. Fresh black pepper on top.
Fear level of bees before yesterday? I want to say not super high. I think it's like a fearful respect. Kind of one of those things where you like know what they're capable of, but you also know that, you know, if you don't mess with them, they're not going to mess with you. Watching Nick, the native guy, walk in there without a suit, just super calmly, like checked his vibe and was just like, you know, ready to go. Yeah, I think my fear of bees definitely went down. How's it going? My name is Anthony Orozco. I'm a bartender at Unit Bee Eatery and Spirits in Pembroke Pines. This is my take on a Sazerac, inspired by my experience over at the Native Guys apiary. It's gonna use their Melaleuca honey, which they call the Date Invader. I thought that was really cool. Gonna have 2 ounces of the Tomcat gin. I think the American Oak and the Melaleuca kind of combine really nicely. Woody kind of flavors. Lastly, Peychaud bitter is just classic for a Sazerac.
I haven't been that scared of bees before. My grandfather has a beehive, so like I have a little bit of like insight on the situation. Hi, my name is Angel. I've been a bartender here in Fort Lauderdale for about 5 years now. So this is a classic bee's knees, just lemon gin and honey syrup. I used the Native Guys Florida Holly honey. And I decided not to tamper with it too much because the honey already has so much unique flavor. I wanted to let it play into this cocktail just the way it's meant to.
As a bartender, as far as, you know, reusing and making sure that the products I use are always local and fresh is another thing, and able to be used in more than one aspect. The biggest takeaway is, you know, finally being able to see who that comes from.
I didn't realize honey had so much terroir. The Native Guy, the way he kind of places his bees in like certain orchards or, you know, crop fields to acquire like certain flavors. I nerd out about stuff like that. That's why I'm into spirits.
I didn't really know how versatile honey could be as an ingredient.
Bar Hill has 2 botanicals. It's juniper and raw honey.
We're very connected to a network of incredible beekeepers that are working really hard. We're connected to our consumers. A lot of our consumers are farmers. You know, this is a very rural part of, you know, the U.S. Vermont's rooted in this agricultural landscape that's, you know, gone through hard moments. You know, the dairy industry is falling, and this working landscape is ready for revitalization. We see the distillery as that bridge that connects, you know, the rich agricultural landscape of Vermont to the vibrancy of cocktail culture.
Thanks for joining us on this episode of Bartenders Meet Beekeepers, the Miami edition. We hope you enjoyed meeting the native guy, the bartenders, of course the bees, and most importantly, that honey. Yesterday, Nick told us that if we ate this honey, it was going to promote hair growth.
Prevents hair loss. This is a very strong medicinal raw honey.
I ate this whole thing last night in my hotel room. Nothing changed. Ready?